Hello and welcome to the Vassalia Romeon channel. My name is Michael and today we continue our new campaign in European Salis 4. This is the vanilla playthrough. We are playing as Muscovy, and in the last episode we left off after we had a war with the Republic of Novgorod. They afterwards got invaded by the Tver, the Principality of Tver, and Tver took Torzhok from them as well as released Karelia, which we are going to attack and conquer. They are not allied to anyone. So let's get our troops ready for that. Let's send this army to Priozersk. Let's also increase our army maintenance, and let's go to Priozersk. Now, is there anything else we can do? In terms of money, there's not much. Let's see if there's anything else. Okay, so after this war we are going to declare war on Tver. For Torzhok, we'll take Torzhok for ourselves, and we are going to vassalize Tver. As well as afterwards, we are going to hopefully vassalize Ryazan as it is allied with Tver. So yeah, let's go. Also, if you hear something on the background, that's just my cat doing his feline things, as he often does. Okay, so let's wait for 1 month. Okay. There we go. It's gonna be a pretty simple war. Simple and straightforward. Nothing else to care about. So, okay, the siege is going on swimmingly. It started from -42 and now it's -7 already, which is good. We are losing some of our manpower, but that's okay. I mean, I'm too lazy to micromanage this thing, even though I could. It's gonna be over very soon in any case, so why bother? Also, the possible uprising of the Kasim Tatars is on the way, so let's send our force there. Oh, come on. It's 42% already and they still can't take it. Okay, good. We took it. Let's take the province and let's get some of their money. That's not a lot, but that will do. And now we can also core Olonets. That's 60 administrative power. It's pretty expensive because this territory, or rather this province, is already a part of a state, so it will be twice as expensive to core it, but it will be a full core right away, so there's that. So these guys, let's send them to Neva and let's give them autonomy. That way there will be no rebellions in Olonets. Or actually, since there is no rebellion in the north, let us send this army to, say, Bezhetsk, because we are on our way to declare war on the Tverians. Yeah. So, truce with the Doyev expired, that's okay. When it comes to Ryazan, okay, now it's already minus 41. It was minus 53 before, so it is possible that actually after we conquer Novgorod we will be able to fossilize them diplomatically, but that's not really that important for us right now. What is important for us though is to try to annex some of these boys, because we will need relationship slots. So let us go to here and let's give yet another privilege to our boyars, which is boyars integration policy. Centralizing the state and annexing subject is not an easy task as our administrators and diplomats are busy with the integration process. This can be avoided, however, if we allow the boyars to take control over the integration policy of our country. Okay. That makes our boyars very, very influential, but we are going to tolerate it for now. Now, what we want to do is to annex either Rostov or Yaroslavl or them together. Let's wait until we get the 100 relationship with these guys. Then we revoke the diplomat. Then we might want to improve our relationships with Rostov. And once this diplomat returns, we can start annexing Yaroslavl, since we are 200 relationships with them already. So let's get some mercantilism. And let us also decrease our spendings on military affairs. Another thing, let's see how old our heir is. He's 12 years old. Let's wait until he's 14 and then we can hire. Oh, that's again my cat jumping around. Okay, so we are at 189. Let us rather ignore these guys. And let's start annexing Yaroslavl. Oh, we can't. Not until... Alright, it's not even 10 years since the last episode. And also Dmitry Shemyaka died. Oh. Sad state of affairs. Let's get some of this. We actually don't need you. We can instead use this guy. And maybe also some military advisor if we can afford one. Not really. I mean, we have only one province that is not a core, and we're getting like... Oh wait, it's not only from overextension, it's also from the fact that our ruler is an ambassador. Oh well, what can you do? Let's actually send this over to Moscow and then let's go speed 5. Because why not? Since there's nothing we can do anyway. I mean, we can attack Tver if we so desire, but let's wait until we annex some of these guys, because that war would probably put us in a situation where we would have to fossilize both Tver and Ryazan, and we currently have only one relationship slot available, and that's not enough. So instead we shall wait until 1454 and we shall annex these two small guys. There's a technology we can take, which is Spike Square, and we will. Cossack aggression, it is against Kazan. I don't care about their opinion at all. And they are too weak to attack us anyway. Which isn't actually true historically. At this point these guys were stronger than Muscovy. And they could like burn down the city if they wished. I mean the city of Moscow. But, well, this game isn't really that historically accurate when you think about it. Okay, some diplomatic power, excellent minister. Okay, let's get some military benefits. Let's get these tech and marketplace as well. Come on. Okay, so there's agenda as well as the monopoly on mining and smelting. So we can't revoke it right now because boyars have way too much influence. Let us instead extend the monopoly. And these guys, so patriarchs want a church in Galich, and I'm happy to oblige. But I will also build a church in Moscow, so we shall have to. There we go. The Kasim Tatars aren't rebelling for some reason, even though I want them to. Now let's start annexation process of Yaroslavl, and let's revoke this diplomat because we don't need him. We shall wait until we get to, say, I don't know, like 17 or rather 70%, and then we can start annexing Rostov, because Rostov is just one province minor and Yaroslavl has more than double their development. So about 60% should be, 60-70 should be enough. So the Kasim Tatars actually rebelled, which is nice. And we will be able to revoke some of their development in about 9 years. We are getting some money. We are losing quite a lot of money on corruption spending, but it's because our ruler is an embezzler. Also, let's see if our heir is ready to rule. He is, which means that now we can actually give our ruler a command, and that's a good thing. He has no pips in fire, 1 in shock, 1 maneuver, but 2 siege, which is kind of nice. Okay, so it's 41. And let's start preparing our war machine. I think it would be smart to attack Ryazan first, since... Okay, so we built a church in Galich, we actually fulfilled the clergy agenda and got additional tax administrative power in Galich. Next, let us summon the Diet once more. That... Okay, so let us get this proposal, I guess. Let's seize lands from... Can we? Yes, we can. Let's seize the land. And now, since we have enough of this, we can establish Cossack regiments. Good. So, Cossack regiments are established. There is some of this. We can support the reform easily. And also, we can consecrate a metropolitan in Moscow, because why not? And in terms of religion, we are at 10%. And if possible, we should keep it higher. That gives tolerance to the true faith, morale. I'm not sure about morale of armies, but at least it gives local manpower modifier. Okay, so now let us start annexing Rostov as well. And so it's... I hope it will happen at the same time. That should be at November 56, and Rostov is... Okay, it will be a year later, so probably we should have started the annexation process of Rostov a bit earlier. But that's okay, we ain't gonna get any negative modifiers from the annexation because we have this privilege boyars integration policy. And that's okay. Now once the integrations are finished, we're going to declare war on Tver, and then we just go and destroy Ryazan. So we annex Yaroslav. Okay, so there's this thing. An excellent opportunity. No, Sweden. No. I will not support you because I want Vyborg from you. And you will not give it to me voluntarily. Let's go speed 5. And so yes. Ryazan wants royal marriage, but I don't want it. Friendly attitude plus royal marriage 25 plus 10 trust 15. Now they ain't gonna be my friend in any case. So we got these guys. Let's send them to their respective forces, and that will just make our army a wee bit bigger. And I'm okay with that. What is our current combat with? It's 20. And our army currently is 70. Okay, Rzev maybe is not the best province for that. Let's send these guys to Moscow. And now, no, not Ryazan, Tver actually. Declare war, take Torshok. We shall not make Ryazan co-belligerent because, okay, we can. The Golden Horde does not actually guarantee them anymore, which is great. That will allow us to easily vassalize both of them. And now we just have to wait for the sieges. Siege of Ryazan should be finished a lot earlier, except for maybe the fact that they have better defensiveness, and they do. They have renovated Kremlin. This is a random event which helps them quite a bit right now. Usually I do not do that because I don't have money for that. But they did spend some, so good for them. So there is a government reform that we can enact. We can get... which one we should get? I would like to curtail their privilege. That would cut off some of their influence and give us 15% national tax modifier, which is great. Also, my vassals are doing a great job in terms of occupying and fighting our enemies. So, the peace with Novgorodians will expire in 4 years, so we will be able to go to war with them as well. And now let's send these guys to Torshok to destroy their army there. Siege of Tver will be over very soon as well. We lost a lot of manpower because we did not micromanage the sieges, even though we should have. And where are you running exactly? To Zubtsov. Okay, they got destroyed. Nice. Okay, let's send these guys to Tver. And let's take these guys out of there. Will hopefully allow us to conserve some of our manpower. So yes, we got Tver, 100% peace treaty. Let us vassalize them. Let's get them money. Good. +1 vassal. And Tver. Torchok will be ours. And you yourself become my vassal. Great. And thus we secured almost all of the independent princes except for Novgorod. Novgorod is the last independent Russian principality. Everything else is either under our rule or under rule of Lithuanians. Good. There's an issue though, and the issue is the fact that both of these guys aren't really loyal. And there are a couple things we can do. So they do not have any debt for me to pay off. Well, that's not good. So instead we are going to try to improve relationships with them. And yeah, another thing you might want to do is to mothball our fort. Wait, Dmitry Shumaka is still alive? What? How? Wait a second, that's some sort of a bug. Let's dismiss them. We can't dismiss him either. Huh. Ah, that's funny. That's certainly a bug of some sort. Because as you can see, we have only our Tsar appointed as a leader. And if we take a look at here, there's Dmitry Shumaka. And as you might remember, he actually died. Okay, I hope that this book will disappear after we start a new episode. And that's actually not the first time I noticed this sort of bug. Let's wait until our war exhaustion goes down, and afterwards we shall actually core province of Torchok. What can we send? Let's send them to Kolomna and this army to Moscow. Good. Also, we can give these guys some autonomy. And let's improve with Tver and with Ryazan. So we have currently 15 authority. I don't think we need money anyway. And here we might want to spend. So after Muscovites invaded Novgorod in 1471, so we done that a bit earlier. This is about the first invasion. That wasn't when Novgorod was annexed. It was annexed about 7 years after this. And Lithuania failed to come to Novgorod's assistance. Novgorod was forced to accept the Korostin Treaty, which further limited its independence. Ivan III, this guy, still wary of uprising because of what happened to his father, deported many of the citizens of Novgorod. He also replaced leaders of the Novgorodian church with Russian Orthodox leaders. Lands were taken from the natives and given to cavalrymen in return for military service. And that is what happened not only in Russia but in many other places, where the ancient aristocracy was replaced by the new aristocracy. In Russia there were like boyars, who were usually the guys from Rurikid dynasty, like different branches. Every one of them considered themselves to be like equal to the knyaz, or like at least of the same dynasty, and they were quite independent. And so when the centralization process started, the Grand Prince of Moscow, he was giving the land to his subordinates, to his warriors, kind of like pronoia system, if you wish. And this was a new class basically. It wasn't boyars anymore, it was dvoryane. And those guys were like his warriors, kind of like pronoias in Byzantium, very similar. Anyway, after establishing reform land management called the Pomestia system, there he introduced it into Muscovy, blah blah blah. By seizing the local nobles called boyars' estates and gave it to his army, he helped booster and centralize his power and create loyalty in his army and other servants, blah blah blah. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. So Pomestia reform is basically, instead of having this feudal system that was in Russia before, he established something similar to Byzantine pronoia system. So let us reform. There's another option we can go for, which is like being more like Novgorod, which gives us trade efficiency and institution spread, which might be a better idea, but I would prefer to have better army. Okay, now in about 9 months we will be able to core it. Hopefully it will get cheaper by 1, maybe not. Let's go speed 5. And we can also start drilling this army. So Dozhok will be, yeah, it got 1 point out of here, which is good. Always useful to wait until your war exhaustion goes down, because it might allow you to actually conserve some of your admin. So, okay, so let's see. Oh, even Perm now became unruly. That's not good. These guys, all of them hate me. So we, oh, that's pretty good. Even though there were never any jousting tournaments in Russia, as far as I'm aware. But okay, let's get this. Get a new, oh my god. Bagration is actually not a Russian name. Okay. So, before we go any further, I think that's a good moment to finish the episode. In the next episode, it would appear we'll be able to declare war on Novgorod in just about 2 years, and that will mean basically unification of Russia, at least the northeast portions of it. Well, I hope you enjoyed the episode, and if you do, remember to endorse the channel. That way I will stay motivated to continue all this stuff, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.